Hi. So I'm pretty new to stand-up comedy. I started in lockdown over Zoom, so for quite a while the stand-up part was not, the hurdle I couldn't really clear. Jury's still out on the comedy part, but I don't know if anyone's watched any Zoom comedy, but it's really weird. You can't really hear anyone laugh, so you kind of just like monologue into dead air, which, although what's nice is that sort of carried through as I've gone into live gigs. But they always say consistency is the hardest part, so I've got that sorted. What else am I new to? London? Not like the concept, I knew it was here. But was a pretty recent transplant from Manchester. Any Northerners in?
Hey.
Oh, great, because otherwise I was thinking that 4 straight minutes on gravy jokes might be a bit of a gamble. But no, that's not what I'm going to talk about. I got fired recently, that's what I'm going to talk about. So I just moved to London, hope in my heart, started a new job, lasted 2 weeks. It was a bar, and it was Asian themed, and already I can see you thinking, Alison, you're going to have to be a bit more specific. Asia's a continent, it's a very large continent, it contains 60% of the world's population. You'd have to be some kind of idiot to just stick a few cherry blossoms and fortune cookies around and call it a day. I will pass that feedback on to the white man who owns it. But the worst part was that I just got fired of personality vibes. They were kind of just like, you don't really fit, which is the worst way to go. You want to get fired for something you've done. If they'd gone, Alison, we're always catching you on your phone, or Alison, you openly laugh when we talk about authenticity, or Alison, you take a biologically improbable number of toilet breaks. That would have been alright, but I kind of just went in, went to work 2 weeks in, and they were like, it just feels like you don't really want to be here, and I was like, correct. Why did you think you were paying me? I really wish we could cut the bullshit with jobs and job interviews. I hate how everything has to be your lifelong dream, and you've got to be I'm passionate about earning minimum wage to make complicated drinks of people who are mean to me. It should be acceptable to be a bit more transactional. You're looking to exchange money for labour, I'm looking to exchange labour for money. I see no reason to complicate this. No strings attached, meet me out the back in 20 minutes for a contract. That would be ideal. I'm not very good at the interview game. I had an interview to be a Christmas temp at Clinton's when I was 18, and in the interview, they said, tell us something you love about Clinton's cars. What does Clinton's mean to you? And I was a good and honest teenager, so I was like, you've got a lot of bright colours in your shops, and I'm not going to lie, I'm a fan. Which, I wasn't even being funny, look at me, I dress like an explosion in Balamory, that's just true. And they kind of looked at me okay, and no one honestly cares that much about Clinton's cars. I don't know what they wanted me to say. I'm passionate about spending £5 on something I could say in a text for free. Where else would I go to buy a comically massive teddy bear in a bag big enough to put it in? Maybe one of those big novelty cards as well, and then I could pretend I was giving a present to a giant. That'd be quite fun. Or what else? What I love? Being surrounded by 100 cards that are all ironically about how much women love wine and ironing and how much men love tits and not pulling their weight. And they kind of just regurgitate hundreds of years of sexist stereotypes completely wholesale, but inside the card there's always a knowing little line, so it's fine, it's ironic, it's progressive actually. You can't convince me anyone actually cares about Clinton's cards, I'm sorry. I know what you've done, right? You get cards at emotional peaks and troughs of your life, right? Birthdays, weddings, funerals. Clinton's has confused that with brand recognition. It's not how it works, is it? No one's thank you all for coming to the wedding, thank you so much for being here, it's the happiest day of my life, thank you for the cards, the presents. I just wanted to say, Auntie Margaret, sorry, was that from the card factory? Because if it was, you'll have to leave. No one's doing that, are they? I got the job, somewhat surprisingly. I'll tell you what though, Clintons are a very conscientious employer. Went into work one day, 2 weeks in, and they gave me a card. Sorry to hear you're leaving, but genuine Clinton, so I was thrilled. Thank you very much.